This is just one of my genius feats today.
Ed's is spying on everyone. He's got his new security camera, bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone, this is Karen.
Hello.
We'll look after your fingers, don't worry.
Hi. So here behind me is my phonic ply that I'm going to be using to lay the floor in my Mercedes Vario. And the reason it's laying flat on my bench with weights on it, and a toolbox on one end, my heavy duty jack on the other, is because I brought this a couple of months ago and it's been leaning up against the wall behind me. And during that time, it's kind of warped a little bit. So that's why I've got these weights on it. You can see it's a little bit warped. But I'm not too over concerned because this will be screwed down to the metal framework in the bottom of my van, basically. So it should straighten it out. But I wanted to put these weights on here to try and straighten it out as best I can, because I need to do some routing on this. I need to route the edges so that it kind of overlaps, or there's a step in it so it overlaps slightly when it is laid in the floor of my van, or when it becomes the floor of my van, I should say. Now, I've never used a router before, so stick around, this could get interesting. Adrian's over the back there sorting out a router for me. He's going to show me how to use said router shortly. Let's go and see what Adrian's up to. Now, I'm not the only one that's never used a router. Young Kev here has never used a router either, so he's going to stand in the background and watch and observe. Basically, watch me fit up.
I'm learning.
This here is a router. It's a little bit more substantial than your average DIY router. After all, young AD is a professional, unlike myself.
We'll look after your fingers, don't worry.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate that. So what's that you're doing now?
Just tightening up the collet to make sure it doesn't pop out when you're using it.
Yeah, we don't want that then.
No.
God, that's tight. That's really
You
tight.
don't want it coming out.
No.
Okay. So, all you do, push it down.
God, that looks pretty substantial. Oh, is that on a spring or anything?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So we have to set the depth.
Yeah.
So my ply is 15mm thick.
Yep.
So I want it going in half of that.
Right, 7mm.
7mm.
So,
This is
there.
a test piece, right?
Turn it on.
Perfect. So now you've got to measure the depth of that. Is that right?
Yep.
To make sure it's 7.5mm.
So 11. So
11,
we'll
a little bit
decrease
less.
it.
So what you're doing is winding that bit down.
Then
Oh,
decrease.
right. So it's just a matter of hitting height.
8.2.
8.2. So wind that out a bit more. So the further down that goes, the less depth it's going to cut.
Correct.
Seven.
So you want 7.5.
Yeah.
So we just want slightly more. What did I just hit?
Is it your bearing season up?
Oh, shouldn't be. So, let's get this bearing sorted first. Kevin, could you just switch it off at the wall, please? Just.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Good idea,
Just to be
unplug it,
safe. Yeah, no. It's not that
Safety.
not that it could switch on, but somebody has switched them on accidentally when you're trying to do it.
So there you go, folks. Always switch off your router before you're changing the blade. Well, in this case, the bearing.
It's brilliant how accurate you can get the thing.
I know, it's
It's a
amazing.
bit messy though. I don't know what
You're standing in the way of the exhaust pipe problem over it.
It's really good.
The wood exhaust.
I only get one go at this because I've only got enough phonic ply.
Yeah, but you're doing a straight
Big
line.
power back on, please, Kevin.
Yeah.
You're doing a straight line. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
I did a straight line.
7.29. So
We want 7.8, wasn't it?
yeah, we want just slightly more.
Yeah.
That'll do. That's close enough.
Yeah, that'd be alright. And then once I screw it down,
Yeah.
it'll leave
That's
that
the-
little gap for
And then put the glue.
the sealant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is get a bit of 15mm ply and do two lengths and see how it matches together.
Watch your fingers.
Watch my fingers.
Watch your fingers, please.
Right, I will, yeah.
It's all the different bits that go on there. So many different
Yeah,
shapes.
look at that. Look at the selection you've got. Wow, what's that one do?
Cut C. A moulding for a fielded panel. What we call a raised and fielded panel. But it's a raised and fielded panel.
So many different ones, isn't there? Look at these, look. It's like groovy ones. That's a lot. That's for handrail, isn't it?
It's a radius, yeah. Just
Makes
radius.
it radius, look.
Yeah,
You
so
can see
you can
it
use
does.
it for any shape. Not designed for handheld, so you'd put this into a fixed bed router because this is dangerous. Not saying I've ever done that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I best leave that one alone.
yeah. Don't try to hold on to that one when it's running. But yeah, there was lots of different router bits, and then we have a spindle molder, which is basically a router that we can just put bigger router bits in. Like these. That's basically a router bit on steroids.
So what side do I put the wood I want to cut? Because obviously that's spinning in a pretty much
Pushing away
direction.
from you. Pushing away from you. Place it down, push away.
Push away.
Down, push away.
With this
Yep.
facing the frontwards
Yep.
then.
Yep. So
That's the front of
switch
it.
in your
So
right
as long
hand.
as I'm looking at the back.
Yep. Put it down, switch it on, push it in,
Right.
along we go.
And that's the switch.
And that's the switch. Up or on. Down or up.
Just stay there.
Yes. Because you use
Pushing that way with it on that side.
yeah.
Right, okay. Got it.
Simples.
Got this.
Simples.
No, I'm just watching them.
Any more questions?
I'm queuing up for you.
Not about
I'm
Ralph's.
queuing up.
More knowledge.
Right, I might have asked people here before, but I've not asked Aidan,
Mel.
I'm going for 15mm John, what do you do, me? I know there's
John
12mm and
Guest.
15
John
John
Guest,
Guest,
JB, yeah.
John Guest,
Pipe.
sorry, yeah. So I'm thinking 15mm, no one said there's a reason not to use 15mm. Is there a reason not to use 15mm before I go for it?
It's easiest because you can get it from Screwfix and other
That
suppliers.
seems to be a good reason.
And it's quick and easy to both construct and deconstruct.
And bending it.
And in terms of
Find
performance,
you use elbows, wouldn't you?
performance between 12 and 15mm, what were you
Flow
experience
rate.
different? So
Flow
yeah,
rate.
so that's it.
It's
just
just
flow.
how much
That's
flow
it.
you can get through it.
So 15mm in that respect is better anyway, right?
Plus there's more components available in 15 than there is in 12.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
Right, let's go try this.
We need a hinge drill bit.
Oh, everyone, this is Karen.
Hello.
You haven't been on my videos yet. Karen works full time, so she's hardly ever here.
Yeah.
So you might take advantage of this and show
I
everyone
work
your
for a
hand.
living.
You work for a living. She's saying I don't work. This is work. I think that was a little dig. I'm sure she meant nothing by that. Right. Let's get this done. Now, seems like Adrian went to all that trouble setting the router for 15mm ply. I suppose I better actually check that this is 15mm. Because if it's not, then I'm going to have to reset this myself. So let's just check. Well, as it turns out, this is actually 20mm ply. Oops. Right, means I've got to reset this myself. So I guess what I need to do is just duplicate what Adrian was doing with a bit of scrap wood and rat it out, make it deeper until I'm at 10mm rather than 7.5. 10.3. I think it's close enough. If we have it a little bit more than we need, that means there'll be room for the mastic to sit. I think. Yeah. What I need to do, because I've never used one before, is get another bit of 20mm ply, or 2 pieces, wrap them, and then see how they fit together, just to check, make sure I've got this right. Have a go at this. So this is our scrap piece of 20mm ply. This is what we want to achieve. There you go, look at that, absolutely perfect. Yeah, that is spot on. I will be putting a little bit of mastic along here just to join that together to make it waterproof. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Right. So I need to do the whole entire length of this board. If this goes in like that, then I need to do that edge along here. So the next one goes on top of it. That's the plan anyway. Right, let's do it. Brilliant. Right. The next one I've got to do 2. This is going to go, but one of them has got to be up the other way. It's got to be flipped on top of this. Yeah, let me think this out. So this plank, or this panel is going to go at the start of the van. So the next panel's got to fit on top of this, and then the next groove has got to be the other way up. So I need one that face, and then one on the other face. That's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, try to screw up well, all this screw, but just get this one in. I can just dropped it, I must say, I'm getting it again.
Oh, crikey, that's small.
Yeah, right, what are we doing?
Slide it towards it, it's got to go straight on top of there, just like the other one. Alright, here we go. Lovely, buddy. Edge is spying on everyone, he's got his new security camera.
This is the Pigeon Vision system. So basically, I want to be able to see everything from in my bed without having to open the blind.
Bird's eye view.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. It is the ultimate bird's eye view. The Pigeon's ultimate vision.
There you go. Right, where was I? Oh yeah. So this is the floor, all laid out now. I've routed the edges, it's laid out, and Craig and Judith, who have also got a Vario, have been very kind and lent me their floor from their Vario, so I'm simply going to lay their floor on top of my new floor and use their floor as a template. Does any of that make sense? Probably not. Let's do it anyway. Right, so I've laid Craig and Judith's floor on top of my new floor. So all I've got to do now is mark it out. Trouble is, my floor, is, as you can see, is really dark. It's kind of brown, black. And I'm thinking, how am I going to mark that with a black marker pen? And then Ed, the genius that he is,
This is just one of my genius feats today.
come up with a great idea. Why don't I use masking tape? Trouble is, everyone's nicked all of mine. So, because Ed owes me a whole bunch of stuff.
Hang on.
A couple of
It's only
nuts.
about 5 nuts. I don't bought you a kebab. How much were these nuts valued?
They're priceless, mate, in the moment. In that moment of time when you need that special nut,
Yeah, all right, that adds value. I'll
it
admit
adds
that.
a lot of value, so I reckon it's definitely worth a roll of masking tape. So where is it? Let's find
My
it.
one's in the box over there. It happens to say the word Mel on it.
Oh, right. Well, that explains a lot.
No, it's mine really.
Yeah, I've got it.
It's in the toolbox.
Found it, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's a bloody genius idea. I've been losing sleep over how I'm going to mark this out.
That is special masking tape as well.
Yeah.
Marking tape.
Just got to remember to cut the right side of the tape.
Right, yeah. Are you filming?
Yeah.
What, right now?
Yeah, the camera's pointing at me.
Oh, right.
It's not all about you, you know.
I was going to drop a bit of knowledge for your audience. My metal rod, I was just going to show them the weasel technique.
Oh, the weasel technique. It's got a name. Come on then, Edge. Your turn to shine.
Thought I might as well drop some more knowledge. Ah, I cut myself. Don't do that.
Yeah, well,
Right, what was the first
got
bit?
some
Knowledge? Oh,
masking
yeah.
tape you can borrow to put on your cut.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a masking tape and a kebab for some nuts. That's not the knowledge. Right, this is called the weasel technique. I've stuck that metal rod through a hole.
Where'd you get the metal rod from? Is there a link?
Yeah. Jasper
It's a
found
paid
it. He said
promotion.
he didn't know where it come from. It's been in his van since he bought it and he knew one day it would come in handy.
Right, so it's
So
just
I'm
a
very
bit of metal
grateful for that.
bar.
This is your metal rods that you let me. This has been absolute genius. It is a bit bent now, I'm afraid. So through the hole, behind this wall, which I can't take off anymore,
Right.
and I've somehow pushed it down until I've found it popping out down here.
We can't see. Let me put my light on.
Here you are.
There we go. Bit of light.
It's popped out here, and now
right, down there.
I've taped my cable
Crikey, so
onto it.
That's it. I
That's
managed to get it round
I
there.
don't know, mate. This is genius. It's a metal weasel, basically. Right, so you feed that roughly into place.
Right.
This is probably not going to work, by the way,
Let's hope
because
it
sometimes it doesn't, and you have to redo it if the tape doesn't hold. Then you start. Oh no, we're caught on something already. But basically, you start wiggling it about the place, and it does. I've done all of these cables like it. Basically, so it does work. It's just sometimes takes a few attempts. Is there something on the end of it? Look at that!
That is genius.
The metal weasel. I'm patenting that, or patenting if I'm American, or is it the other way around? I'm protecting it. What a weasel, you beauty! She has been absolutely. What's the
What is
word?
it?
Essential
Yeah, it's just a metal rod.
for this build. It's a flexible metal rod. No
Brilliant.
one knows where it came from. No
Well,
one
it
knows
comes
where it's
from
going. Well, yeah, he's got one more, I think, as well.
Does he?
You might want to tap him up for that.
Yeah, I will.
Right, sweet as an out. There we go. Enjoy the knowledge.
Thank you, Ed. There you go. Give Ed a thumbs up for his weasel technique. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, my floor. Now, Craig and Judith's van is exactly the same size as mine, so theoretically the floor should fit. So this is what it looks like now. I've took Craig and Judith's floor off of my floor. Looks something like a murder scene. Although I've got to say thank you to Craig and Judith for lending me their floor, because this has made fitting my new floor a whole lot easier. Thanks guys, really appreciate it. Right, so my sheets of phonic plier back in my workspace. I've got them piled up there in the order that I need to cut them. This one's going to be first because this one goes in the front of the cab. But unfortunately, I've just run out of time. So I've got to go now, and I've got to go and have a check-up on my hand, a bit of physiotherapy to make sure it's healing properly. I think it looks all right. What do you reckon? Right. I Catch up with you very soon. Ta-ra for now.